and compare the results of your prayers to what has happened in other churches. Okay. But when we start asking for a new realm of glory to hit this church, and we start fasting and praying, God, we won't let go of the altar until you bring the glory in here. Until you hear somebody say, hey, man of God, I don't know what y'all doing in here, but when I walk through the door, something hit me. Until people start saying, you know what, it was a cloud in here. I don't know where it came from. I couldn't hardly see. It was like smoke in the room. Until we start crying out to God, and God will answer. The power of God will be here. You better get on your knees and pray in this hour and start calling on some things and start breaking through some things. Some stuff you just got to break through. Come on. Some stuff you got to take back. That's why I say the violent take it by force. Some stuff you got to say, well, devil, you getting ready to hand it over. We getting ready to whoop you so bad. Angels, dip your swords in the blood. Dip your swords in the blood and strike them. I don't care how strong the demons have been in this territory. A new kingdom body is rising up with power. Don't you know you are seated in heavenly places? We rule the heavenlies. People over here playing games. They're still playing games with church. They won't train the people so that they can go home and step into their own authority. Ain't nobody got time to be fooling around you leaving church and have no authority. That's right. Are you here? Hallelujah. Come on, we coming to pray. We coming to shift some things. Yes. Some stuff we gonna be just like pit bulls. Once we lock on it, we will never let go. Come on, are you listening to me? Prayer warriors, move in the heavens. Look, turn to James real quick. I'm almost finished. I'm going to stir you up. I'm going to break the power of what they call prayerlessness. It's the spirit of prayerlessness that hits whole churches, hits whole denominations, and hits whole cities. And I believe it's a plan of some of the evil people who have given themselves over to. I believe there's something that they pray to get you not praying. Come on, I know. I think it's some stuff that these witches and stuff be doing to get you not praying. That's all it is. So they know when you're not praying, they know nothing's going to change. And they begin to get stronger than you. Come on. You know what it says? Building yourself up in your most holy faith, praying in the Holy Ghost. Do you know they did a scientific study on that? They put some wires to people. It was on the History Channel, Medical Channel, and they said when people started praying in tongues, brain cells was regenerated, stuff was happening, and they couldn't figure out why it was happening inside the body when they was just praying in tongues. When you're praying in tongues, it builds you up. And I try to tell people, I remember God started to tell me, he said, your heavenly language is your first language. I said, God, now you know, and how many of you know, black people can make a language out of everything. We got hood talk. I know in Chicago they do, and I know they got it in Jamaica too. Because I've heard some people speak some Jamaican stuff, and I said, tell them to say that again so I can see if I can figure out what they just said. And then some of the people from Jamaica be said, now I don't even know what they said. I ran into a guy when I went back to Chicago from my neighborhood. He was talking so slick that after I left him, now I thought, you know, I'm saying, man, I ain't that saved. I mean, I can figure out what they saying in slang. This dude was talking some stuff so slang that when I left him, I said, man, what did he say? He's like, man, you see, you understand? I was saying, what? How many of y'all know that they doing it like that? I'm talking about got a whole new language where they got a book out called Ebonics. That shows you what we really saying in the hood. But tells us that what's born of spirit is spirit. That means we are just visitors on earth. We are really spirit. So your first language is the tongues of the Holy Ghost. Come on, I'm helping some people here. And I told some people yesterday, look at this. When God first broke the church out, what did he do? In the day of Pentecost, he sent them a language first so that we can communicate with heaven. And I keep telling some of y'all, you don't speak in tongues enough. We call it familiar tongues, habit tongues, and excitement tongues. That means you only speak in tongues when it's exciting. Like when hit something for me. No, hit that come on, I know what I'm doing. I'm coming after the cows. You hear that mute? You hear that Hammond B3? The tongues are loose to the nation. Hey, do that again. Let me try. I see why they do that. Do that again. See, watch some of y'all ready to roll. Who ready to roll? Who was ready to roll? Tell the truth, just show me. Somebody was ready to roll up in here. I can feel it. Do it again. Do it again. I'm gonna get somebody. Oh, feel the Holy Ghost up in here. Who ready to roll? Somebody ready? There you go. There you go. Now watch this. How many of you seriously? If something started to try to come up, that means you got excitement tongues. Some of you got tongues of habit, and this is one of the things that has happened. And see, I'm breaking some stuff. The devil don't like this kind of stuff because I'm coming after it. I'm breaking you free. It's that you've been speaking them so long that they are not Holy Ghost utterances. They are sounds of habit.
I tell you,
oh, man.
Jesus.
Come on. That means you just, the only thing you've been saying for 10 years is hubba ba ba shanda. Hubba ba ba ba. So the Bible tells us in the book of Acts, now watch this. Come on now. The Bible tells us in the book of Acts that they spoke as the Spirit gave them utterance. Now, the Spirit ain't saying the same thing all the time.
Never.
I know I'm happy. Boy, I bet you better not throw nothing at me. Watch this. Come on. Come on. And see, the thing is, the devil, he cleverly put that on the church. Are you listening to me? Because he knew if you spoke in your heavenly language the right way, you would have too much power.
That's right. Amen.
Are you listening to me? I'm going to tell you something. Warlocks can't handle fire tongues. Come on, I'm talking big. Satanists can't handle fire tongues. The man of God, there was a story, and I try to tell this about one of the Satanists. He got saved, but he gave his testimony in the book, and he had fasted 40 days to meet with Satan. But one of the things that had happened, he said that he wanted to ask Satan some questions, because he said he would come out of his body. They would have out-of-body experiences, some kind of stuff. You know, now I don't care about that stuff because people try to make it so big. Ooh, they got into a frog and they did that. Well, if they got into that frog, give me my pistol. I'm gonna shoot that frog in. Come on. You know what I'm saying? Because they always trying to promote it like it's, yeah, they got into a black cat. You know what I'm saying? But watch this. He said when he was out of his body, in some kind of way out of his body, he said there was a woman walking on the beach praying in tongues to where he was trapped outside of his body too long, that he would die. He had to wait till this lady stopped praying in tongues for him to try to get back into his body before he died. That it was so much power coming from the tongues of the Holy Ghost that a warlock out of his body could not move. Y'all don't want to talk like that, because we always try to say, yeah, them demons, this and that. Them demons, nothing. God's power is greater.
That's right.
Some of y'all need to take some realms of authority and say, not here, pal.
That's right.
Let me tell you something. The devil used to come at me in my dream realm. I'm talking about, man, they was after me in the dream realm. I was like, man, this is some crazy stuff. And I was getting to the point where I was like, man, demons coming, all kinds of crazy looking demons coming in my dream realm. I said, I got to learn some stuff. And God told me one trick. He said, you can fight in your dream realm. I said, God, teach me how to fight in my dream realm, how to do it. And people would, like if I was on a trip with some of my brothers in the Lord, and we would go on a trip, and we'd be in the hotel, they would be saying, wow, man, you was in last night, about 3, you was praying in tongues in your sleep, this and that. But then God started to show me, he said, Rob, he said, you have limitless power in your dream realm. You're not on earth. You are in a realm. I said, yeah, God. He said, now I'm going to show you how to fight in your dream realm. I would get in my dream realm, and then nothing would be impossible for me because I wasn't bound by flesh. So if a demon came after me and something was happening, in my head, all I had to do is say, a sword in my hand flamed with fire. It would be there. I would cover, anything that I thought about would happen in the spirit so I could defeat them with power. In other words, I had supernatural strength like superheroes just by thought. So I learned how to whip demons so bad that they was like, I'm not even coming in here, because if they knew that I can fight back, then they will not attack you. Some of y'all been haunted in your dream realm. Are you listening to me? And I'm helping some of y'all because some of y'all need to come out of this stuff. Some of the stuff down here in this island, in these islands, have given more strength to evil powers than to the power of God.
My Lord.
Can I really break out here? Some people think demons are more powerful than angels. It's a lie. It's never been true. And this is how they have gotten and infiltrated these islands with all of this voodoo and stuff, is because they made you believe that demons were more powerful. And you know how they do it? They used to walk up to me because they knew I could pray. They would walk up to me, some of these high rankings in the States. And this is how they talk. They say, yeah, man, that spirit was this and that, and that spirit came at me, and that spirit did. And they would always keep sounding like the spirit had more power. Are you understanding what I'm saying? It was a subtle way in the conversation. Yeah, that thing, but then if you say, yeah, you should have bound that thing, yeah, but I did, and it didn't bind, and that thing was strong, it was this and that, and it had more power, and they had this and that, and then until when they start talking to me, I was saying, bind it, I don't want to hear it, so what? It's going down to where I didn't allow the doorway of fear to get in me, because I got faith in the power of God's Spirit and the faith in the angels. So fear is the doorway to how they get inside of you. And once you got fear of demons, you cannot have power in God. Are you listening to me? I'm kicking the door down to everything. Do you know you take your authority? When the disciples went out, Jesus gave them a secondary. That was secondary. That's how low on the scale casting out demons is. That's how low it is. It's on the low scale. Because the Bible said, when if I cast out devils by the finger of God, then the kingdom of God has come. When you got kingdom on the inside of you, demons are automatically subject to you. Yes. All you got to do is listen to me and believe it. I don't have to do a lot of shenanigans. All you have to do is say, man, he preaching the word. Bam, I believe. That once you believe it, then faith comes, and then they must obey you, because they can see that you have no fear of them. And they know you know the word, so that means they must obey your commands. Amen. The Bible says that when Jesus sent him out, the disciples was like, man, demons were subject to. That means they are totally in submission. They must obey you. You don't obey no demon, no witch, no nothing. They obey the power that you bring out. Are you listening to me? I don't care if they from, and people say, well, yeah, well, they from Africa and they from Haiti and this and that. Look here. Satan himself is subject to you. Come on, I'm helping some people. Because once I get you in a place of prayer and authority, there will be nothing that can stop you. See, some of us got to pray from the right places. Some of us got to get up in the heavenlies and decree a thing. Some of y'all ain't been sitting on your seats of authority. Your seat is empty. It's a beautiful seat too. It's got all kinds of stuff up there. You seated in heavenly places. But you still down here on the ground when you seated in the spirit above all principalities and powers. Are you listening to me? And watch this. By no means. Can I help somebody? Because I'm going to break any fear. By no means shall anything harm you. So don't get up in the spirit and then think, well, they gonna get me now. No, they ain't gonna get you. But can't nothing separate you from God's love. Let me tell you one thing about God. God hates cowards. I'm gonna give you scripture. It says the fearful will find their place in hell. That means if you allow fear to rule you, you are in sin and you're going to eventually go to hell. Are you listening to me? God liked David and some of these warriors in the Bible because they had enough courage to fight God's enemies. One of the most powerful miracles ever took place in the world today is when Joshua was fighting and told the sun to stand still. God will do the mightiest miracles when you killing demons. Are you listening to me? Yeah. You want to get some power on your side and start going to get after God's enemies. Come on, somebody say amen to that. Amen. I'm trying to stir up a revolution here. I'm trying to stir you up where now you got to fight for your rights. Amen. The devil ain't going to give you nothing. I'm going to tell you that right now. You're going to have to take it by force. And you're going to have a little violence. And I used to tell some people, I'm saying, now, some of the people from Chicago, and then I would go to certain places, I would be saying, now I know y'all can fight in some of these places. You know what I'm saying? It's like, we grow up fighting. We was fighting in grammar school and knocking people's teeth out and shooting and carrying on. Well, we growing up. I'm talking about in grammar school, 5th grade. Blood everywhere on fights. So I'm saying some people get in the Lord and won't bust a grape in a fruit fight. I'll be trying to figure out, now you mean is a rattlesnake on hot Texas pavement to another human, but when it comes to you fighting against some powers, you won't fight no devils. Running around with a Bible on your head, calling all these prayer warriors over a baby demon. I seen something look like a little shadow was in my house. You done called 5 prayer warriors for a baby imp done shot through your house. you know, brought the oil to the pastor. Pastor, pray for my. You can't even say pray. Pray for my oil. Come on now. Because you don't understand that when you see something in your house, you say, wait, I know you ain't got enough sense to come up in this house. Angels of the Most High God attack and destroy. Bind them with chains. Come on. I'm talking about take your authority. And once I get you in the right place, that means your prayers get ready to shift the heavens. Now watch this. We're going to come into some realms in this house and in your house that you have never achieved before, because God now is putting you in your rightful place. How many of you know you can't do it if you're full of fear on the ground and don't know what God has actually given you? Let me tell you, can I help some other people? Watch this. Some of you got some of the most powerful guardian angels you could ever want to see. You know why? Because if the devil had his way, he would say, he will kill every last one of us in here. And God says, now you could tempt them, but you can't touch them. You can do this, but you can't crash their car. Are you listening? And there's guardian angels to make sure it happens. So when some of these witches look